Welcome back to St Francis Xavier College in Officer, southeast of Melbourne near the town of Cranbourne. I'm Brendan Rhodes from Casey Radio in Cranbourne, bringing you the men's AFL International Cup match, the crucial game between Great Britain and Canada. The North Wind of Canada up against the Great Britain Bulldogs, both teams going down in round one on the weekend and desperately needing a victory to keep their tournaments alive. So it's a massive challenge for both these teams. Defeat ruins any chance they have of lifting the cup in this season, in this International Cup, and they would have to go and wait another 3 years. We're underway here with the men's game, and Great Britain will take it away straight away through Houston. He kicks down towards full forward. The Brits kicking with the wind in the first quarter, but that's a push in the back. So a free kick to Canada. Coming out of defence, a wide kick against the wind across the breeze. It'll bounce away and go over for a throw in. We can see the standard of this will be a fair bit, a little bit quicker, a little bit higher. Two of the better teams in the competition today. One for Great Britain by Matthias, trying to go through for the Bulldogs. It was Huard for Canada, couldn't get clear. And now there's a whistle. The umpire calls for the footy. And we'll have a ball up. AFL Canada YouTube and also through CBC, bringing you this game. And that kick off the ground might have gone out of bounds on the full. Though if the ball does go over the sideline off the boot without being touched or bouncing, it is a free kick to the opposition. And Luke Booth took it for Great Britain. Kicks to half forward. No mark taken there. Ball to ground level. Chance for the Canadians to get it out of there, and they did. Bit of a handball snap around the corner for the North Wind. No mark taken by Tasigny. And the umpire will ball it up. So just forward of centre for Great Britain. Towards half forward, only as far as Denton, who can't get clear. Still working hard for Great Britain is Denton, slapped out for the Canadians. Left behind by Worthington. Pack, two players fighting over top of the football. A little bit of frustration from both teams early doors. And there's a whistle off the play. And it's a free kick to Canada. It's going to Jimmy Ortell, who kicks to full forward. That's a beautiful kick and a great mark for Adam Nash. 25 metres out, and he's got a chance to put the first goal on the board for the North Wind. There is a fair north wind blowing too, straight out of the north down towards the south, so it's a good omen for Canada. But Nash, from the Ottawa Swans, the age of 26, will be kicking straight into the teeth of it. A big St Francis Xavier College crowd willing him on. Adam Nash. And the crowd tells the story. He's hooked it. And out to the left of the big goalposts is one behind on the board to Adam Nash and Canada. Look at the wind grab this. All the way to the wing goes that kick. And well, now that has been called a push in the back. And that will be it won't be a 25-metre penalty. It could have very easily been called a penalty, but the umpire has decided that Great Britain didn't hear the whistle for the decision for the push out. So it will come back, and the free kick will go to Matthias Singh for Canada. Certainly could have and probably should have been a 25-metre penalty. But the kick from Singh has been marked, well, they're pushing the back again, so Morgan White will get the free kick for Canada. Kicks towards the forward pocket. That's a well-weighted kick and a very good mark again, taken by Garrett Reynolds for the North Wind. Reynolds, 34 years of age, from the Toronto Eagles. Again, a very tough kick into the teeth of this wind for Garrett Reynolds. He kicks towards the top of the goal square. Double-fisted thump away for Great Britain. Trying to go through is Mitchell, and he did get through very nicely, Dom Mitchell, but he's kicked it to nobody. To a Canadian opponent in Ortel, who kicks inside 50. It's chopped off by Luke Murchie. Gave the hand pass to Mitchell for Great Britain. Kicks out towards the wing. Now Mitchell has been pushed over after he kicked the football. So it will be a downfield free kick awarded here to Great Britain. And Murchie got up and ran all the way down there to take the kick himself. That's one way to build up your possession count. Normally, the player closest to the ball would take the kick, but Murchie kicks down towards full forward. No mark taken there by Cashman. Kicked quickly away for the Canadians, and that's a strong grab in the middle of the ground by Loosemore. Trent Loosemore for Canada. Gave the hand pass off. Oh, that was a poor handball, and it sold his teammate into no chance. Tackled with the football. That's holding the ball, and a free kick to Great Britain. Jack Coughlin touched. Play on was the call. Mark was dropped anyway by Walkden. Over the top it goes, and that was a throw. You have to punch the ball off your open hand as a handball. Otherwise, a free kick will be paid for a throw. And it goes to Great Britain to Sayon Kadnapillai. And Kadnapillai, who plays for Balmain Tigers in the Sydney competition, in fact, will line up. He probably wants to aim across the face of goal. He kicks straight into the man on the mark. That's a smother. Play on is what happens there. Court was Duggan, dispossessed. Had it knocked away from him. Diving in hard, the Great Britain players. And the umpire calls for a ball up. Big crowd here watching. School students out to have a look at this men's game. Just the one behind on the board to Canada so far. Trying to work his way through his brand Caddy. Can he keep it in? No, he can't. Goes over the line, Chino Brancati. And a boundary throw into result. Slapped down for Canada by White. Picked up for Great Britain. But Booth can't keep it in play, and it's back over the line again. Throw in right into the teeth of the breeze. That holds it up. And a free kick has been picked out here for a hold, I believe, in the ruck contest. You're not allowed to grab hold of your opponent when he doesn't have the football. So the handball was given away now, and the Canadians go forward with a high kick towards the 50. Bounces off the hands of Hudson, snapped around the corner by Graham for Canada. Only as far as Ross Denton for Great Britain. Puts the kick out in front of Worthington. It'll be got there first by Klein for Canada, who snaps it back to the danger position. Through the hands it went of Denton. At the back, a flying shot at goal to Rob Tassigny, and he kicks the first goal for the North Wind. Rob Tassigny from the Toronto Rebels has the Canada North Wind on the board, and they are 1-1-7. Great Britain yet to score, and we're about 7 minutes into this game. Umpire puts it up in the air again. Straight through for Great Britain goes Luke Murchie. Only as far as the Canadian half-back line. That's a good tackle. Duggan just got a hand pass away in time. And a free kick for a high tackle has been paid here to Great Britain. It'll go to Alex Markham. Markham kicks in towards full forward, and it's a mark to Cashman. Not paid, said the umpire. Not sure why, but it's kicked away for Canada. Thought a clear mark there for the Brits, but umpire says let's go. Jason Hill sends it back in for Great Britain, and good work by Matthias Singh, who took the mark and then played on quickly. Out to the wing he goes for Canada. Running onto it is Klein. He'll get caught straight away. Did he get rid of it fairly? Yes, said the umpire. Solid bump. Looked high. Umpire said no. Pack over top of the football. It's flicked out. Quick kick forward for Great Britain through the hands of Singh. It goes. Cashman tries to pick it up now for the Brits. He got dispossessed. Quick kick away again for Canada. This will bounce away towards the boundary line. Tough one-on-one contest. The wind grabbed hold of that. And it's over for a boundary throw-in. Bit of banter going on between the Great Britain bench and the Canadian players on the field. Ball thumped to ground there by Bork. Bumped over the line. That's a good hip and shoulder by Chris Britton. And knocked over the line was the Canadian player in Garrett Reynolds. And there is a push in the back being picked out here to Canada in the ruck contest. So it'll be kicked into attack there by White towards full forward. No mark taken. Dispossessed was Ryland. Kick out of the pack. Playing in front is Markham, who takes the mark. He's called to play on. Gets the kick out to the wing. Could have got a free kick after being tackled once he kicked it. Hasty for Great Britain. Kicks up towards half forward. To ground level it goes. Still a chance for the Brits. Walkden. Hand pass to nobody. Cashman chases after it. Boundary line's close. It's over. And when it rolls over the line, as you've seen, we get a boundary throw-in. So AFL Canada 1-1-7 leading Great Britain, yet to score. Live and exclusive through CBC and the Canadian YouTube channel. It's a good mark taken. Held enough of the football to be paid that. Lund goes across the wing to the opposite wing. And that's Reynolds for Canada. Kicks towards the forward pocket. Front spot, and that's a good juggling mark by Nash. Trapped it nicely, put it out in front of himself, and then grabbed hold of it at the second bite, which is a mark. And Adam Nash, who kicked the first behind of the game, will line up for the Ottawa Swans and for Canada. Taking time to catch his breath. He needs to aim near side and get the ball to swing back for him. He'll kick from probably right on the 50-metre line. Adam Nash kicks on its way. He's judged it beautifully. What a great kick that is. And he blows a kiss to the Great Britain bench as well. Adam Nash gets his first, and Canada go to 2-1-13. Great Britain yet to score. And I tell you what, he made my judgment look silly because I had it swinging the other way. Back in the centre, trying to work his way through was Coxall for Great Britain. Now there's a British player hobbling on a sore ankle there, Alex Overton. You might try and run that one out as we get another ball up. Slap forward by Watson for Great Britain. Hand pass out from Kadna Pillai. This bounce will favour Reynolds, who ends up winning the football. Was he grabbed by the leg, which is illegal? Umpire said no. The Brits with the numbers, but it's picked up by Reynolds. That's high contact with the head over the ball. You can't touch a player above the shoulders. And a free kick will go to Great Britain for Owain Ryland. Clearly hit in the head there as he bent over to pick the football up. He's kicked a half forward, goes to Walkden. Did he throw it? The Canadians thought he did. The umpire didn't agree. And a boundary throw-in will be the result. Canada kicking into the wind, off to a great start with the first 2 goals of the game against the Great Britain team. Now that boundary throw-in will be picked up in the wind and will go nowhere. The Rucks did very well to get back to it. It almost didn't even come into play. Normally the umpires would call for that to be redone, but the ruckman got there and had a fair contest. So now the boundary throw-in is a much better one this time. Hand pass from Mitchell was smothered. Quick kick away from Ireland for Great Britain. Towards the forward pocket it goes. Now there's a free kick here, or a mark taken for Canada. Giancarlo Brancati runs away and kicks it out wide. Now what's the umpire seen? The umpire has called a decision now. And he's bringing it back for Brancati to take another free kick. So Giancarlo Brancati, long and straighter this time, doesn't hug that boundary line. Picked up for the Brits. Hand pass missed the target. Head down over the ball again from Ryland. Slapped away by the North Wind. Picked up by the Bulldogs. Kick back around towards half forward it goes from Britain. Britain playing for Britain. Kick to half forward. And now there is high contact picked out here and a free kick to Canada. Hand pass given off. Wide kick will go close to the boundary line, but camped under it is Luke Booth, who takes the mark for the British Bulldogs and then kicks it close to and over the line and out of bounds on the full. Canadian supporters up and about at the moment here at St Francis Xavier College in Officer. We're about an hour's drive southeast of Melbourne. As the kick comes to the wing, ball knocked to ground by Tasigny, who has a goal for the Canadians. And this one will go on the breeze, out of bounds on the full as well. So a free kick to Great Britain. And it's got to be taken by Hudson. So Miles Hudson for Great Britain kicks it straight into the man on the mark. That's a good smother by Tasigny, and it goes over the line for a throw-in. There's a bit of push and shove, I think, going on. I can't see past the Great Britain bench to see what's happening here, but a free kick for high contact has come out of it to the Brits. Dominic Mitchell takes it, plays on, and a bit to go on with there. Unhappy was Tasigny as the siren sounds for quarter time. And there's a bit of disquiet going on here between Dominic Mitchell of Great Britain and Rob Tasigny. One of the Canadian players was straight off the bench and pulled Tasigny away from that disagreement before anything silly happened. And it is quarter time here, and the Canadians, kicking against the wind, have got a perfect start. They are 2-1-13, leading Great Britain no score. The goal kickers, Rob Tasigny and Adam Nash for the Canada North Wind. I'm Brendan Rhodes from Casey Community Radio 97.7 in Cranbourne for CBC live streaming and the AFL Canada YouTube channel. We'll be back in a few minutes for the second quarter. Welcome back to St Francis Xavier College in Officer, southeast of Melbourne. The AFL International Cup men's round 2 game, crucial contest between Canada and Great Britain. Must-win game for both these teams. And Canada had a great start, kicking 2-1-13 against the wind in the first quarter. Second term is underway. And the Brits try to work their way forward. Towards the 50 it goes for the Canadians, and the mark was dropped for Canada by Loosemore. Taken away for Great Britain. Pushed in the back as he kicked it was Hudson. Umpire said play on. Trying to work his way through for the Brits, but unable to pick it up was Cadna Pillai. Towards half forward it goes now. The quick kick up and under towards the 50 it goes. Brancati brought it to ground. Caught was Duggan. Didn't have prior opportunity. Has to be given a chance to get rid of it to be paid a free kick. Good play by Martin. Strong tackling. Bit of how do you do again. I got for the play between Brancati and Cashman. Cashman's not too happy with Brancati at the moment. Umpire will ball it up. So tapped away by Martin. Ball goes towards the boundary line and eventually gets worked over by Morgan White. And we'll have a throw in. Right in front of our broadcast position, our telecast position. It's a big throw in. It's over the head of the rucks who expected the wind to hold it up. It was a good throw in. This is Houston for Great Britain. Kicks into the pocket. How will this bounce? It goes the wrong way. And over the line for a throw in front of Andy Walkden. So a boundary throw in. Just inside 50 for the Brits. Quick snap from Matthias towards the goal square. Picked up for Canada, had to get rid of it quickly. The crowd wanted holding the ball. They're not going to get it, the students. Good mark taken here for Canada, and that kick will be poor. The wind picks it up and takes it out of bounds on the full against Lund. So it's coming back for Great Britain. Quinn Hobbs stands the mark for the north wind. Looking for options to kick it to. The kick goes long towards half forward. Oh, great mark in front by the ruckman White. There's a fair bit of niggle in this one. There's a lot of feeling. Yeah, there is the confusion there. 25-metre penalty to Canada. Here in Australia, the umpires say move it on instead of hurry up. And when they say move it on, often the player on the mark thinks he said play on, and he runs over the mark, and that gives away the penalty. James Duggan received the handball. It was thumped away for Great Britain by Denton. Kicked off the ground by Klein for Canada. Into the pocket it goes. Klein has another go at it. Towards the line it goes. On top of the contest is Ryland. And it will be a ball up. Deep in the forward pocket for the Canadians. Scoring opportunity for the north wind. One down for Britain. Tackle laid by Hudson. And another ball up is the result. So the rucks to go again. The Brits won it through the agency of Hudson, and they'll run away from the back pocket. Kicked towards centre wing, but only as far as White. The ruck playing a kick behind the play. White goes back inside 50. Ball falls over the back of the pack. The numbers are with Great Britain. Stepping through one was Worthington, had to give the hand pass back into the pocket. Kicked away for the Brits, running hard after it is Britain, for Britain, and he kicks it short. Unable to pick it up. At the first go was Murchie, but he got it second go and then put it back into the contest, and his mate never had much of a chance. Jimmy Ortell gave it to Brancati, who kicks to half forward and finds Reynolds. Long ball up towards full forward from Reynolds. Numbers with Great Britain. The ball fisted to ground. Reynolds got back there again. Was he pushed in the back? No, it was a good tackle, the umpire decides. And eventually it'll be a ball up. So when a tackle is laid, when the player has the ball, if he's had prior chance to get rid of it, he will be paid holding the ball and a free kick against him. If not, then the umpire will decide to ball it up as long as he hasn't disposed of it unfairly. Reynolds manages to rip it away from his opponent in Worthington. Picked up by the Brits, but only as far as Klein, who kicks down towards full forward. No mark taken. Denton got it up for the Brits. Still a chance here for Canada. Tell also there for Britain was Hill. And a ball up in a dangerous position about 10 metres out from the Canada goal. Ball up. One down for Great Britain. Just got a hand pass away, did Dibble. Running was Worthington for the Brits in towards the centre wing for the Bulldogs. Now there's high contact being picked out here. Free kick to North Wind for Canada. Taken by White, who gave it to Brancati. He kicks towards full forward. Bouncing ball. Bounces off the knee of Jason Hill and goes over the line for a boundary throw-in. So Canada doing all the attacking. Boundary throw in. Spinning through one tackle and out of the second was Luke Booth, and he got a kick out to the centre of the ground. Unable to pick it up was Duggan for Canada. Quick hand pass. Can't clear the pack. And a ball up will result. Hope you're enjoying the coverage on CBC live streaming and on the AFL Canada YouTube channel. That looked like a throw by Anderson. Play on was the decision. Canadian player hurt behind the play is Anderson. Pushed over after he got rid of the footy was Quinn Hobbs. So a free kick will come back to Canada. And the umpire has decided who it is who's got to take the kick. It is a free kick to Great Britain, downfield, I should say. And it's Sion Cadnapilli who's got to come back and take it. So Cadnapilli. Canadians have been able to get all their players back behind the contest, and it'll make it hard to find a mark here. Cadnapilli kicks up towards centre half forward. The ruckman White for Canada couldn't take the mark. Brancati managed to knock it out the back. Little hand pass from Cashman. Pack still gets around over top of the football. It's hard work out there at the moment. The British Bulldogs still looking for their first score of this game. Won by Houston. Quick kick out of the pack. Now there's a whistle behind the play. And the umpire has found a free kick to Great Britain. 35 metres out straight in front. All I can suggest is that one of the Canadians has said something to the umpire that he didn't like. Maybe a little bit of back chat, a little bit of arguing. And the umpire has paid a free kick to Great Britain. And this is a chance for their first score. 40 metres out directly in front. The kick is a wobbler and it gets off on the breeze and goes out of bounds on the full. Out to the right, so still no score for the British Bulldogs. Canada North Wind bring it back into play. And just inside the line, that's a huge kick it was. The mark has been taken for Great Britain by Andy Walkden, who kicks up towards half forward. Could have been high contact for Canada. Umpire said no. Worthington gets tackled over the line by Jim Ertel. Boundary throw in to result. Bit of holding going on. Umpire let it go. It was one for the Brits by Houston. And we'll have a ball up. No prior was the call there for the umpire, which means he didn't have a chance to get rid of the football before he was tackled. Oh, good tap away by White for Canada. Oh, clever kick over the shoulder. It was just out of bounds first, but Quinn Hobbs, very good. The decision has been paid out on the full. I'm not sure how it's out on the full, but the The boundary umpire's made that decision. And Worthington takes the kick in towards centre half forward. Almost the mark to Garrett Reynolds. Not quite. He hand pass taken away from him by Brannigan. Running onto it there was Martin. Kicked around the corner. Good mark taken by Alex Watson. He's a big player, Watson. 198 centimetres from the Wandsworth Demons. That man bun makes him look even taller. Watson kicks towards half forward, but White is there, the opposite number. 190 centimetre ruckman for the Montreal Demons. Kicks to the wing, and in the front spot, Worthington. It was spoiled from him by Anderson, and over for a throw-in. Ball back into play. Neither ruckman able to get it. Spinning through traffic was Bridges. Just got a hand pass away in time. Anderson tried to go through. Desperation on top of the football from Nick Liang. Anderson goes in again, lays the tackle on Booth. Interchange is very close to the boundary line here. Holding the ball is the decision. The British bench called for it. The umpire said yes. He's got to come back behind his mark. When a free kick is paid, he has to go back behind the mark to take the free kick. Canadian player hurt after that contest. Copped one in the head, so play will continue around him. Hand pass out from Anderson. Right in front of us here, Liang gets around the traffic, kicks towards the wing. Oh, playing in front, Luxor Fortune for the North Wind. Canadian player still down. Loosemore has the football. He looks like he's not in a good way. Jimmy Ertel, the best player for Canada. And he's being carried off the ground, so that is a real worry for Canada. Ertel being carried off the ground. Canada's captain and star player. We wait for a boundary throw-in further up the field. We'll try and find out at half-time how Ertel is. There's 5 minutes to go until then. Now, a shepherd has been paid here. Now, no, the umpire has just decided to send some of the Rovers away from the rucks to let them contest the football. Then the throw-in. Reynolds has had a lot of the football. This time his handball ended up with Great Britain, and then back to Morgan White, who's been very good for Canada. Reynolds left it behind, then got it again and got away from the tackle of Overton. Spinning through the contest was Hobbs, got it out wide, almost falling over was Lund, still going hard for Canada. Hobbs after it, laid the tackle on Overton, and no clear possessions, and the ball's gone about 50 metres out to the outer side of the ground. Finally, the umpire will sort out the stalemate and ball it up. Low-scoring game in this one, 2-1-13 Canada. Goals, of course, worth 6 points in this game. Great Britain still to hit the scoreboard. Canada still to concede a point today after the women's team beat the Shaheens from Pakistan officially 186-0. So a boundary throw in. Coming from behind, Loosemore couldn't jump over the top of Watson. Quick kick away from the British Bulldogs. Bit to go on with behind the play. No mark taken there by Cashman, who's had it tough up forward for the British team. Now they can break away. Loose footy, getting back there first for Canada, but can't pick it up, Jacob Martin. He managed to work it to the line and get it over for a throw-in. Of course, boundary throw-ins when the ball crosses the sideline without being kicked over on the full. Cashman won it down for Great Britain. Worthington can't get it out of there. Eventually for Canada, it was Duggan who kicked it back towards the wing. Mark taken for Great Britain. Brought back in towards centre half forward. Spoiled was the marking attempt of Hudson. And there is a holding the man decision paid here. Quickly taken for the Brits, and there's a loose player in the pocket. And the mark has been taken for the British Bulldogs, who have the support of the crowd right now, the students here from St Francis Xavier College. And I think it was St Carolyn's Primary School who have come over to watch this game as well from next door. So a shot at goal for the British Bulldogs. It looks pretty good. No, it's across the face. And through for one behind. But the first score of the game for Great Britain. And that is a behind late in the second quarter for Jack Coughlin. And it's the first score for either team in this second quarter. Backing himself and going through was Quinn Hobbs towards half-back, taken by Michael Sharp for Britain. He kicks it back up towards the centre of the ground. It'll be a tough one to mark, and Luke Murchie almost did just that. Picking up the loose ball was Overton. He tried to take on the tackle and got dispossessed. Flicked out the back, going again Murchie. Kicks to the wing. That was a good mark to Mitchell. He got it off quickly, and the handball got picked up on the wind. Booth's hand pass. The wind grabbed it. Brannigan couldn't keep it inside the line, and it's a boundary throw in. Dying stage of this second quarter. One down by Watson for Great Britain. Dragged back into the contest by Hobbs, and we'll get a ball up. Now, the umpire has found a free kick out of this. A little bit of push and shove, and a free kick goes to Canada, and Quinn Hobbs will take it. And working overtime, the umpires, to keep tempers from fraying here in a tight, low-scoring game. To half forward it goes. It hits the boot of Ryland and goes away and over for a boundary throw-in. Canada losing to the USA in round one. Great Britain, I think, had a win actually against South Africa the other day. As we tick down towards halftime. And halftime, in fact, is exactly what it is. And a low-scoring, tight, hard tussle. There'll be a kick after the siren here for Canada. Be taken by Mickey Burke from a long, long way out. And it doesn't make the distance. So it is half-time here at St Francis Xavier College in Officer. And Canada didn't score in that quarter, but held Great Britain to just the one behind. And that is the half-time score. Canada 2 goals, 1-13, leading Great Britain 1 behind in this Men's International Cup Round 2 match, the school round it's called, here in Officer. For the Northwind, Adam Nash and Rob Tasigny kicked the goals in the first quarter, and they are the only two of this game. Half-time, a 12-point lead to Canada. I'm Brendan Rhodes for Casey Community Radio 97.7 in Cranbourne. I'll be back with you in a few minutes for the second half. It's a low-scoring contest heading into the second half. Canada with the only 2 goals of the game, leading by 12 points over Great Britain on CBC live streaming and also Canada AFL YouTube channel. We're underway in the third quarter here now of this game. And the crowd, the young supporters having a bit to say, getting behind their team, choosing which one it is. Ball goes towards half forward for Great Britain, but the mark is taken for the Canadians. Out towards the wing it goes from James Duggan. No mark able to be taken there. Picked up by Eric Klein for Canada. His kick was smothered. Trying to spin through was Kyle Graham. And I think he'll be holding the ball there. Couldn't get rid of it cleanly. And the free kick will go to Owain Ryland for Great Britain. He plays on, sends it long towards half forward. Running underneath it was Cashman. At the back, a hack off the ground from the Brits, from Andrew Walkton. Goes out of bounds on the full. Over the sideline, kicked on the full without being touched, is a free kick to the opposition. And that will go to Robin McDonald. Now, for those people watching back home in Canada, I'll give you some news on Jimmy Ortell very shortly. It doesn't look to be good, unfortunately, for your fans, for you back there watching this game for Canada. Quick snap out of the pack for Great Britain. And that is a goal to Jack Coughlin. He's kicked the first goal of the day, kicked against Canada. And the margin is back to one straight kick. Canada are 2 goals, 1-13. Great Britain 1-1-7. 2 minutes gone in the third quarter. For Jimmy Ortell, the captain and best player of the Canada North Wind, it appears, unfortunately, that he has a knee injury. Left knee, he's strapped in ice. There is an ambulance on the way to pick him up. There is no pain, which we're told is a bad thing, and they are hoping it's not an anterior cruciate ligament injury. They're hoping it might be just a medial or something a little bit less than that, but the signs are not good, unfortunately, for Jim Ortell. And at the worst, at the best, his tournament is probably going to be over for Canada. Hopefully, it's not much more serious than that, as Luke Matthias gets a quick kick away for Great Britain. Little kick around the corner from Walkden. Bouncing ball. Getting there first was Cashman, but the boundary line was too close. And it goes over for a boundary throw in. The school children really getting into this game, which is fantastic to see and hear behind us. And there's a whistle being played here. It's a free kick to Canada. And it's going to Morgan White. So the North Wind have lost their best player. They're holding on to a lead. They must win this game to stay alive in the tournament. Ross Denton has taken the mark for Great Britain. He plays on, kicks it long down towards the forward pocket and getting there first and taking the mark for the British Bulldogs. And I think that is Andrew Walkden. So he's going with what is called in Australia as the Stevie J snap. He runs around, he hooks it back, and that is an amazing kick for goal for Great Britain. They've kicked 2 in a row. Andrew Walkden has levelled the scores. 2 goals, 1, 13 apiece here at St Francis Xavier College in Officer. Canada and Great Britain locked away. Now, it was the third quarter with the wind that the USA got away from Canada on Sunday at Royal Park. They've got to protect against that happening again this time as Lund kicks towards half forward, picked up for Great Britain by Hill, taken away from him by Nash, couldn't get it clear, booted off the ground. Now that is a high fend. As Houston kicked off the ground, he put a hand into the face of the Canadian player, and that will be a free kick to CJ Brassington from the Burnaby Eagles. One of 8 of them in this Canadian squad. Brassington puts it into the forward pocket and getting there on the lead and taking the mark is Kyle Graham, the veteran from the Montreal Demons. 37 years old. And he's got a hugely important kick here to try and put the North Wind back in front. Kyle Graham. Kicks from 35 metres out, pokes it up on the breeze, and he's kicked a goal. Graham kicks the goal, and they all get across to him for the North Wind, and they're back in front, the Red and Whites from Canada. 3-1-19 Canada, 2-1-13 Great Britain. 6 minutes gone in the third quarter. Crowd has now turned from the North Wind to cheer for the Bulldogs again. Now they're behind. They just want a close game, which is great to see the kids enjoying their footy. Hand pass over the top from Brannigan. And there's a high tackle picked out here. Free kick to the Bulldogs. Goes to Murchie. Screaming for it short was Hill, but that was ignored. He went wider. The Wind gets hold of it and it bounces away for a boundary throw-in. breeze is not going straight down the ground anymore. It's still coming definitely out of the north wind, but it's angling towards the pocket a bit more. From the back, Mitchell won it for Great Britain. Further thumped forward by Britain, Chris Britton for Britain. There's a little bit confusing. And over the line again for a boundary throw-in. So 7 minutes gone in the third quarter. Mitchell over the top, one down. Quick kick away from Booth into the pocket. The wind again playing a role. And the goal umpire was signalling behind. The field umpire quite correctly overruling him and saying, no, that's out of bounds on the full. So no score to the British. Ball back into play. Work towards the line. White thrown out of the contest with the football. The handball just misses the target. Burke can't get clear. And a ball up will be the result. Just repeating, Jim Ortel from Canada, the captain. We have an ambulance on the way to treat his left knee injury, which looks to be a serious one, unfortunately, as a holding the ball decision has been paid here to Great Britain. The player is tackled and had a prior opportunity to get rid of it and was unable to do so fairly. He will be paid holding the ball. And the free kick to Great Britain goes to Luke Murchie. A long way out for the British Bulldogs. He sets it up long in the breeze. It's going right to the line. Canada with the numbers. Was it touched? It was. Touched on the line. So a behind goes to Luke Murchie. And it is 2-2-14 for Canada, for Great Britain, 3-1-19 for Canada. Long kick to the wing. The fist put into it by Hill. Front and centre being tripped over was Hobbs. Umpire said play on. Diving in Loosemore. Ball flicked up. That was a throw, says the umpire. He's not happy with the decision. The British player in Chris Britton. But the umpire said that was just a little bit too quick to get rid of the football. You're not allowed to throw it. And the free kick will go to Morgan White on the wing. Gives the hand pass off. Now there's some trouble. He's gone, no talk. And that's holding the ball. A great tackle. James Duggan wasn't told that he had a player chasing him from behind. They played on quickly, the Brits, but able to get back there was Jacob Martin to take the mark. He got it out wide. Brancati gets around, kicks out towards the wing. In the front spot is Clay Lund to take the mark for Canada. So Lund, the man from the Delta Bay Hawks, hasn't kicked it well. Cashman's had to come up the ground to get a possession. Houston kicks it back inside 50 for Britain. Chance now for McDonald for Canada. Dispossessed, holding the ball. Advantage was taken and then has been pulled back. He stopped. The umpire did say advantage, but the player was stopping as soon as the whistle was blown, I should say. And the free kick will go to Great Britain, to David Hasty. And he will line up for goal. He's deep in the pocket. About 25 metres out. He decides to go for the pass and he misses the target. That's a mistake and it's good for Canada. Walked and it was who missed it. Martin threw it on the boot. 2-on-1 contest. Clever tap on by White. Booted further forward. Into the middle of the ground. It's taken by Quinn Hobbs. Wants to find a target at half forward. Goes that way now. Oh, it's just over the head of Nash. And Denton takes the mark. Plays on for Britain. Finds Cashman. just forward to the centre. Flicks the hand pass up to Markham. He goes towards the forward pocket, bouncing ball away. Brancati has been a tower of strength in defence for Canada. Gets the hand pass and then lays the tackle. Did he have the football? Umpire said play on, it's okay. Toe poked around the ground, it goes now towards the wing. Caught was Coxall. Got a hand pass away, the umpire said play on. Quick kick for Canada. The North Wind go inside 50, not for long. A safe mark taken there by Miles Hudson for the Bulldogs. Hudson sends it back from where it came. Ball brought to ground. Picked up by Hobbs, who got the hand pass off. Long kick towards half forward. A big fly from Nash. Couldn't take the mark. To ground level, it was run away by Booth. Towards half forward it goes. Tapped out by Hasty. Cashman caught with the football. Did he take him on? No prior opportunity. The umpire decides it's a ball up. "12 minutes gone in the third quarter. Quick kick from the Brits from Mitchell towards half forward, trying to step through traffic was Overton, got a tumble kick away. Brancati's back there on the last line of defence again and picks it up, goes for a run for Canada. Gave the hand pass off to Martin, back to Brancati, who puts it on the left boot and kicks it down towards the wing. Getting back there first for Britain will be Markham. Or gave the hand pass off, it was Ryland in fact to Hill. Kicks back to centre half forward and guess who's there again? It's Gino Brancati. Outstanding at fullback he's been. He finds Reynolds, who plays on and kicks to the wing. He sets up a foot race. Who's going to get there first? It's Booth for Great Britain, who goes for a run. He's got a couple to beat now. Gets around one. Found the support in the 1-2 with Hasty. Kicks to half forward. Strong tackle laid on Reynolds by Coxall. Trying to go through again. Head down, he ducked. Umpire said you're not allowed to do that. It'll be a ball up. He was caught high there, Murchie, but because he put his head down over the football, that is not a high tackle, and it will be a ball up. He already had the football. You're not allowed to duck once you've done that. If it is, there won't be a free kick paid for high. Reynolds gets a quick kick for Canada towards half forward. And Nash was hit over top of the head, says the umpire. The Great Britain bench didn't like it. Certainly, I thought it was there. Adam Nash, he certainly made sure the umpire saw it. But there was contact. And Adam Nash has had a running battle with the British bench today. The 26-year-old from the Ottawa Swans. He's already kicked a good long goal in the first quarter to this end. The young school students don't want him to kick this. He's kicked it from outside 50. He's hit it pretty well. It's going right to the line. It's off hands and through for a behind. 1 goal, 2 for Adam Nash. And it's taken away quickly by Worthington for Great Britain, but a great mark in the front spot is taken by Klein. Eric Klein to put it back in. It's a 6-point lead to Canada nearing three-quarter time. It's a poor kick. It's all Britain. Mark dropped by Hill, picked up by Worthington, who gave it to Ryland. Kick towards the wing. No mark taken by Hobbs. Caught and dropped it cold. That time did Brancati. Free kick to Great Britain. Walkden to take it. Walkden plays on, goes towards centre half forward. Brancati got back there quickly, couldn't take the mark. To ground level it goes. Here's a chance now for Aspel. Advantage paid on the free kick to Great Britain. Flying shot on goal. There's one back on the last line for Canada. It'll be cleared. Dangerous kick. He just kicked to put it into a key position, a helpful position for Great Britain. And Will Worthington took the mark from the Onka-Paringa Valley Dogs. Worthington goes towards full forward. Big pack flies and it's thumped away and through for a rushed behind to Great Britain. 2 goals, 3 behinds, 15 for the Bulldogs. 3 goals, 2 behinds, 20 for Canada. The North Wind leading by 5 points. Now there has been a high tackle paid up the ground, a downfield free kick going to Canada. And it's going to go to Mike Aspel on the half-back line. And the wind will push that very close to the line. It bounces just inside over the head of Morgan White. And we'll go over for a boundary throw in. You can clearly see what the breeze is doing in the air. So ball back into play. Now, did he take him on? Yes, he did. Luke Matthias tried to break that tackle and failed, and that's why it was called holding the ball. Even though he didn't have a lot of prior opportunity before he was caught, he did have a chance to get rid of it after he was grabbed. Kick towards half forward. Ball thumped away by 4 players away from Lund. Kicked clear by Hudson. Towards the wing it goes. Lund, Nash I should say, still having a fair bit to say to the British defence, who had the best of him on that occasion, 3-1. Free kick to Great Britain by Walkden, who kicks it up towards the forward pocket, and it's out of bounds on the full. As the siren sounds to end the third quarter, another tight contest, and it's just 5 points the margin at three-quarter time. Great Britain kicking 2-1 in the term. And with 1 quarter to go in this all-important Round 2 International Cup game, it is Canada 3-20, leading Great Britain 2 goals, 3 behinds, 15. Goal scorers for the North Wind, Adam Nash, Rob Tasigny and Kyle Graham. And for the Great Britain Bulldogs, Jack Coughlin and Andrew Walkden. It's a 5-point lead to Canada, live on CBC, live streaming and AFL Canada YouTube page. We'll be back in 5 minutes or so for the final quarter to see if your Canada North Wind can bring it home for a win to keep their tournament alive. 1 quarter to go in this all-important AFL International Cup Division 1 men's second round match between Canada desperately needing a win to keep their tournament alive and Great Britain hoping to stay right up near the pointy end of the ladder after their victory over South Africa. And it's a 5-point lead to the North Wind over the Bulldogs as we start this final quarter. 17.5 minutes for one of these teams to stake a claim on the 4 points. Breaking away from the contest was Duggan for Canada. Loosemore couldn't quite take the mark. Ball brought to ground. Quick kick away came from Heward. Into the pocket it goes, and Kyle Graham can't keep it in. It goes over the line for a boundary throw-in. Great Britain's best supporter just wandering past in front of us. Draped in the Union Jack. One down by Loosemore. Trying to go through was Liang for Canada. Couldn't do so. Hand pass out from Reynolds. Now it is Duggan who kicks into the pocket. Over the top, Bridges brought it to ground. Great Britain with the turnover. Running out of defence, it was a quick kick from Coxall. They've got a loose man out here on the wing. That's Worthington. He couldn't get the ball to sit for him, and now the pressure arrives. This is Sharp, who got it back to Coxall, who arrived to provide some support. Oh, the ball has gone straight through the legs of Aspel, who managed to recover, go back, pick it up and get a quick kick away towards half forward. Running onto it was Hill, who couldn't keep his feet at the crucial stage, and we'll get a ball up. The umpire is going to bring it a little bit in from the boundary line here. One down uncontested for Great Britain. That was by Houston. Big kick away from the Canadians, and White takes a good mark. Sorry, it's a British kick, I should say, and the mark taken by White, who kicks it back close to the boundary line, and it's out of bounds on the full. So it's a free kick to Great Britain. Is it out on the full? No, he has paid the mark. He has paid the mark to Rob Tasigny. who then kicks straight into the man on the mark, which was Luke Matthias. He wants a 25-metre penalty. He's certainly not going to get it. Now we're going back for a discussion. The Brits are saying it was out of bounds on the full and you called it out of bounds on the full. They're not getting any luck, so what they'll have is a throw-in after the good smother by Matthias staying in the contest. One down by Houston for Great Britain. Towards half forward it goes, diving into the contest and winning a free kick for a push in the back was the British player in Houston. He goes short and finds Sharp, who steps around one man and then had to handball as the other one arrived. Toe poked away by Chris Britton. Strong tackle laid on Houston. No prior opportunity is the call correctly from the umpire, and he will ball it up. And thumped towards the line by White. And it'll go over for a boundary throw-in. So ball comes back into play. Still a bit of push and shove going on off the ball between Britain of Great Britain and Aspel of Canada. And that's a good mark taken by Duggan. James Duggan from the Toronto Dingoes plays on and kicks it long up towards half forward. Tapped away and down to ground level. No clear possession. Eventually Booth got it for Great Britain and kicked it back to the wing. Spoil was made very well for Canada. White threw it on the boot and sent it forward and over the line for a throw in. The spoil by James Duggan was very good. Canada defending stoutly, not letting Great Britain get any sort of a run on. In the low-scoring game, one goal might just about be enough for the North Wind to seal it. They haven't scored to the southern end of the ground yet. Quick kick from Lund into the forward pocket, and it's off hands from Ross Denton and over for a throw-in. Canada calling for structure to set up the wall to lock it in. Ball back into play. One down nicely by Loosemore, who then laid the tackle on his British opponent. No prior opportunity. And a ball up will result. Oh, Loosemore might give away a free kick here. He did for a push. A little bit reckless in his attack on that ruck contest. Kick out of defence will be marked nicely for Great Britain by Jack Coughlin. Kicked a goal in the third quarter and he plays on. Has no one to kick to, so he just sent it long. And this man has been outstanding, Jimmy Duggan. The number 3 for Canada. Kicks it low and flat and very well. I might say there's a little bit of luck in it, but Quinn Hobbs took the mark. Kicks it up towards the forward pocket, arriving and knocking the ball to ground for the Canadians was Klein. Now the Brits, Worthington, quick hand pass away. Hobbs goes again. Up and under kick towards half forward. The numbers again with the Bulldogs. Little kick doesn't go all the way through. Mickey Burke throws it on the boot, puts it back towards full forward. How will this one bounce? And it'll be taken away by Ryland for Great Britain. There's a hold, there's a clear hold. You can't do that, Eric Klein. And the free kick will be taken by David Hasty at half-back for Great Britain. Wobbles a kick up towards the wing. Cashman couldn't take the mark. Taken now for the Brits, for the Canadians, I should say, through Klein. And he found a teammate there in Loosemore. Trent Loosemore from the Calgary Kangaroos. Crowd trying to get the Bulldogs to the lead. And the ball is thumped away by Ross Denton from Kyle Graham of Canada. And over for a boundary throw-in. Still 3 goals, 2-20 Canada, 2-3-15 Great Britain. 7 minutes are gone in the final quarter. 17 and a half the term will go for. Loosemore won it down, quick snap from Burke. Little hand pass out, quick shot, might be a goal. It is. No, touched off the boot. Touched off the boot is the decision. They were celebrating Canada, but it will only be a point. They're still celebrating. Some of them haven't realised. But the quick kick from the Canadians could have been a goal to Liang, but it is only a behind. And the margin is 6 points in favour of Canada. Out to the wing it comes. Quick transition for Great Britain. Hasty takes the mark. Canada get the wall back behind him. Hasty kicks towards the half-forward flank, looking for Coghlan. Couldn't find him. Numbers with the north wind. Back to the wing. Tap to ground. Quick kick from Reynolds. Goes back towards half-forward. Is that a mark or a push? Umpire says it's a mark. Could have went either way, but Adam Nash has it. And he'll line up for goal. No, it's not. It is Nash, yes. He'll line up for goal from 30 metres out. This to take the margin beyond a goal. Long way away from me there, so the British defender is saying he was pushed out. He has a case, but not enough in it to warrant a decision being paid against him according to the umpire in green. Nash has kicked one goal today. He likes that one. He goes straight to his opposite number, Denton, and has a fair bit to say, as he has done all day. He's certainly got some fire in the belly, has Nash, but he's kicked his second, and Canada lead by 12 points. 4 goals, 3-27. Great Britain 2-3-15. 9 minutes gone in the final quarter, and it's all to do now for the British Bulldogs. White won it down for Canada. Second thump on by Lund. Taken, though, by the Bulldogs. Towards half-forward it goes. No mark taken there. Brancati picks it up for Canada. He kicks it to the wing, and just catching it almost between his legs was Quinn Hobbs. From the Burnaby Eagles, Hobbs plays on. Goes long up towards half-forward flank. Ball brought to ground. Still a chance here. Oh, here's some trouble. Just got a hand pass away in time, did Graham. Taken away by the Bulldogs through Hill. Kicks up to centre half forward. Ball brought to ground there by Hasty, but picked up by White for Canada. He kicks up towards centre half forward. Bouncing ball. Who's it going to favour? Taken by Overton for Great Britain. Out to the wing. Oh, killed by the fist. Well done that by Aspel. And he ends up with the footy again, Mike Aspel. Sends it long down towards half-forward flank. Ground level ball. Loosemore can't pick it up. It's a 3-on-1 in favour of Great Britain. Loosemore stayed in the contest and forced the turnover. Quick kick from Tasigny. Solid contest and a great mark taken by the North Wind. And this will certainly make it very tough for the British Bulldogs if Clay Lund can put it through. 25 years of age from the Delta Bay Hawks. The only Bay Hawk in this squad for Team Canada. Clay Lund from 40 metres out has put it through, and Canada will win this game. They'll keep their tournament alive. They lead by 3 goals now. Lund with his first, and with just over 6 minutes remaining, it's a hard job now to see Great Britain get back, and Canada, without their star captain, Jim Ortell, who was injured in the second quarter and hurt his knee pretty badly. We're hoping it's not as serious as it seems. But Canada have produced a brave effort to come up with the goods today and keep their tournament alive. Mitchell gets a free kick for a high tackle. 3 goals needed in about 5.5 minutes for the Brits. Doug Houston takes the mark at centre half forward. Houston pokes it up towards full forward. Brancati front spot. Got a fist in, just enough of it. Works it away towards the line. and it goes over for a throw in. 5-3-33 Canada, 2-3-15 Great Britain. 5 minutes remaining in this one. Great Britain need a goal and they need it now, and then they need another one. Trying to work his way through unsuccessfully was Booth towards the line. Aspel gets around, sends it back from where it came towards the wing. Oh, that's a great mark taken for the Bulldogs by Hill. Centering ball from Jason Hill. And now running is Denton. Kicks to centre half forward, looking for Coughlin, who could have been pushed in the back. Umpire said no. Ends up now with Sharp, who gets a kick away. 3-on-1. Tough contest for Booth to win. He gets brought to ground. Trying to spin out of the tackle is Lund, and he did not do so. Holding the ball. Free kick to Worthington. Plays on straight away. Runs close to the boundary. Kicks to the top of the square. Downfield free kick. He was pushed over after he got rid of the ball, and this will certainly be a goal to Great Britain. It's a free kick. They're not sure which way it's going, who should take it, and all it's doing is chewing up the clock there. Doug Houston will have the shot at goal. He's taking a lot of time over the kick, which they do not have, and he's missed. So Doug Houston never wanted that kick from the UTS Bats in Sydney. And it's 2-4-16 Great Britain, 5-3-33 Canada. The kick into play. Numbers with the Brits. Slapped away for Canada. Is that a high tackle? Yes, it is. Free kick to Great Britain. Be taken by Murchie. He needs to move it on. He needs to take his kick very quickly indeed. We're down to the last 3 minutes of this game. Murchie's kick is going to swing the wrong side of the post again. Margin back to 16 points. So Jacob Martin, we just want to get it out of there, and he kicks it long to the broadcast position. Mark's taken by Booth for Great Britain. Chips it back inside 50. It's a good pass, and it's with Coughlin. They're peppering late, Great Britain. The time will probably beat them. A low kick to the pocket. How will this one go? Oh, chance for Walkden. Got a hand pass back to Ryland, who snaps around the corner and kicks another behind. So banging away Great Britain, but they're not going to get there in singles. It's going to be a win to the north wind. Ball brought to ground, a good fair contest. Oh, great dummy sold by Tassigny, who ran around. Kicks it to the open space. There's no one back there. Who's the quickest? Denton's there first for Great Britain. Brings it back from where it came towards the wing. It's a good-looking kick. No mark taken there by Sharp. Couldn't quite hang on. And it rolls over the line for a boundary throw-in. 15 points the margin in favour of Canada. 2 minutes remaining in the game. And the north wind will stay alive in this competition. Ross Denton is tackled as soon as he got the footy. Ball up. One by Big Watson for the Bulldogs. Trying to get through there. Watson dives into the contest. Was that in the back? No, said the umpire. Quinn's at the base of it. Quinn Hobbs. Brancati has been outstanding at fullback for Canada, holding Great Britain out. Trying to work his way through was Graham, and now we'll have another ball up. Ticking into the final minute of play. Big punch away by Watson. Towards half forward it goes. Little hand pass away from Anderson. Quick kick from the Dogs towards the wing. It goes away from Walkden. Back it came to Sharp. Had to get a kick quickly. And it's hacked off the ground by Duggan and goes out of bounds on the full. Long ball towards the wing. No mark taken there by Cadnapille towards a quick kick away has been taken by Graham, and that is all she wrote. The Canada Northwind get their first victory of AFL International Cup 2017. After going down to the United States in round one, they have gained themselves a victory over the Great Britain Bulldogs. A hard, tough, tight physical contest, a low-scoring game, and it is the Canada Northwind who have run out winners by 15 points. Canada 5-3-33, beat Great Britain 2-6-18. Both teams to a 1-1 record in the tournament now, and still some hope to go through to the finals next week if they can win their last two games. Canada win by 15 points. The goal scorers for the Northwind, 2 to Adam Nash, singles to Rob Tasigny, Kyle Graham and Clay Lund. For Great Britain, their 2 goals kicked in the third quarter by Jack Coughlin and Andrew Walkden. It's all over here at St Francis Xavier College in Officer, southeast of Melbourne. I'm Brendan Rhodes for Casey Radio 97.7 Community Radio. I hope you've enjoyed the coverage on CBC live streaming and also AFL Canada YouTube channel. Thanks for joining us. Stick around. Be back on Saturday for the next game.